Hello students, in today's class we will be studying about bacterial reproduction. Now when bacteria is inoculated into a fresh medium, there is an incubated at appropriate conditions, that is proper pH, proper temperature, etc, etc. There is increase in number of cells. Now this increase in number of cells, actually how does it happen? This happens by reproduction, that is through cell division. So this we are going to study. Now bacteria reproduces by sexual methods and asexual methods. In your syllabus there is asexual method of reproduction. What is asexual method of reproduction? That is where there is no cell to cell contact, there is no fusion of gametes, there is no mixing of the genetic material involved. So that is called as asexual method of reproduction. Now there are different types of asexual method of reproduction, which includes binary fission, budding, fragmentation and endospore formation. Now let us see. Binary fission is one method wherein the cell divides. One cell gives rise to two cells, that is first generation is one cell, second generation gives rise to two cells. So exponentially there is an increase in number of cells. Now this cells, one cell giving rise to two cells, the daughter cells formed are of equal size in binary fission. Binary fission, there are three stages that the cell undergoes. The first stage is cell elongation, the next one is DNA replication, and the septum formation. Now this is how the cell actually divides. Now this is a bacterial cell which is having a cell wall, cell membrane, and the genetic material DNA inside, and of course the cytoplasm. Now just before the cell is about to replicate, cell is about to divide, what happens is the first step is cell elongation. So the cell will slightly elongate than its normal size. So that is cell elongation. Now once the cell has elongated, now when does this elongation happens? Elongation happens once all the necessary requirements, enzyme or the ingredients that is required for the duplication is prepared, is ready, then only the elongation step starts. After the elongation, what happens is the cell, the second one is your DNA replication. Now once the cell has elongated, the DNA will start multiplying and you will get two DNAs. The DNA would have multiplied and you will get a duplicated DNA. So now there are two DNAs. Now once the DNA has multiplied, one of the DNA strands gets attached to one corner of the plasma membrane and the other DNA strand is pulled towards the other corner of the bacterial cell, and that gets attached onto the plasma membrane or the cell membrane. Now once the DNA has replicated and two DNAs have moved to the two corners and they have got attached to the plasma membrane, the next step is septum formation. So exactly at the equatorial region, that is exactly in the center, there is invagination of the cell wall and the cell membrane. So the cell wall starts invaginating, followed by the invagination of cell membrane. Now the invaginations proceeds, it goes deeper, and finally the two cells, the two DNA cells are separated. Now the two bacterial cells are separated. Now here I will get two daughter bacterial cells, but we should remember the two bacterial cells, the two bacterial cells formed are of equal size. Second, the two daughter cells formed are slightly smaller than its normal size. So this is about binary fission. So this is another diagram which I have included. You could follow either of one of them. The next one is budding. Now what is the example for binary fission? Bacillus subtilis, that's for rods, and Staphylococcus, Aureus, that is for cocci. So they also undergo by binary fission. Most of the bacteria undergo by binary fission. The next step is budding. Example for that is Rhodosudomonas species. So over here what happens is, generally there is a cell, the bacterial cell. It is having a genetic material, that is a DNA. Now once all the ingredients are ready which is required for cell division, what happens is, the DNA, there is a vacuum. Once the DNA starts replicating, once the two DNAs are formed, one of the DNA strand is pulled towards the, once the DNA has replicated, then the next step is, there is a small swelling at one corner of the cell wall and the cell membrane of the DNA. Small bleb is formed. The bleb will increase in size, the swelling increases in size, and one of the DNA gets pulled towards that small bleb. Okay, and finally what happens, once the DNA has completely moved, one of the DNA has completely moved towards the bleb, then there is the invagination increases, it moves further insides, and finally the bleb gets pinched off, the swelling gets pinched off. So ultimately you get to have two daughter cells. But here we should remember, the two daughter cells formed are of unequal size, that is, one cell is a little larger when compared to the other daughter cell. So this is by budding. Moving on to fragmentation. Fragmentation, here it is told that there is a bacterial cell, and this bacterial cell, at random intervals, there is it gets pinched off, it gets broken into small fragments, and each of these fragments further act as an individual. So this is the cell, it breaks randomly into fragments, and each of this fragment is now acting as an individual cell, and that individual cell can further multiply. So but there is no evidence for this, because we know that semi-conservative mode of DNA replication where one DNA gives rise to two, but here if one cell has to randomly break into 5 or 4 pieces, there is no evidence as to how one DNA can get broken into 4 times or 5 times. So there is no evidence, but then still it is considered that the fragmentation kind of replication still happens. Example for this is actinomycetes. It is called as a ray fungi. It is a kind of bacteria. The features, it's a highly branched bacteria. The features looks like fungi, that's why it is called as ray fungi also. Moving on to the next kind of replication is endospore formation. Now here endospore formation, exactly we cannot consider that as a DNA replication, because we are not getting more number of cells here. Here what happens is, the bacterial cell, during unfavorable conditions, what happen is, the cell will not die, instead they will form a coat around themselves and form a resistant spore. They get converted to spores. So when there is no proper nutrition, or there is change in temperature or change in pH, etc., they get converted to spores, which is a resting stage. During the return of favorable conditions, the spores will germinate back to give rise to vegetative cells, and these vegetative cells now will replicate to give rise through binary fission or budding to the new daughter cells. So this is the next kind of replication. Now I forgot to tell you here, whenever there is in DNA replication, in binary fission, it is wherever there is a septum formation, it is always observed that there is a mesosome which is attached to the cell membrane. So the septum formation happens next to the mesosome. Now exactly what is the function of the mesosome is not known, but it is noted or it is observed that there is a mesosome, and next to the mesosome only the cell invagination happens, the septum formation happens. So exactly what function it is not known, but whenever the cell divides, whenever there is an invagination, there is a mesosome attached next to it. So this is about your binary fission and all the types of DNA replication. Thank you, students.